Welcome to Unsilenced, Voices That Matter, a space where hope finds a voice and help finds a path. My name is Kate Ibangusi, and I'm glad to have you join me. I want to start today with a memory. Growing up, we had a family friend who we visited with from time to time. And to get into the main living area of their home, you had to use the staircase. These stairs were not grand. They were just ordinary stairs. But directly looking at you as you ascended those stairs were in very simple form, a frame where words I must have read dozen times were written. Change your thoughts and change your world. In time, I got to learn that those words were penned down by Norman Vincent Peale. At the time, I did not fully understand what those words required of a person, because changing your thoughts is not a slogan. It is not something you read once and move on from. It is a practice, a decision you sometimes have to make over and over again, especially in seasons you did not choose. For me, I did not know how many times I would return to that sentence. How many mornings I would wake up in the middle of a life I did not recognize and have to decide what story I was going to tell myself about it. So today's episode is deeply personal. I'm not here to motivate you. Neither am I here to give you 5 or 10 steps. I'm here to reflect with you, honestly, on something I have lived. And the truth I found is that a fresh start is not a place, it is a decision. There are seasons that life stops you. Not slow you down, not inconvenience you. Stop you. I mean, totally, completely stops you. Where the path you were on changes or disappears. And you are left trying to figure out not just what to do next, but who you are in this new place. I have lived through seasons like that. About 10 years ago, my body began to change in ways I did not understand. What I would later come to realize as early menopausal signs. It started quietly. At first, I was happy. My period has stopped. I dismissed it, told myself it was nothing, but it did not go away. At the same time, I was navigating a career transition that did not go the way I had envisioned. The plans I had made, the commitments, the parts I have committed to, things I had built began to shift. No, not shift, began to crumble. And when those two things happen together, when your body is changing and your external reality is also changing, it can take you to places that is difficult to explain. That's a story for another day. There were seasons I woke up and just felt tired. It felt like I was already carrying something heavy, just waking up from sleep. There were days I would show up, did what needed to be done, held things together. But when my head hit the pillow, everything I had held together during the day would just come undone. I remember those moments like moments of just existing, not fully living. As though everything had paused, but I was still in it. My strength was low, my mind clouded, My body was not at its best. And professionally, things I had invested in were non-existent. And quietly, all of that began to take its toll. Emotionally, mentally, physically. That is what it means to be stopped. When everything you think you know does not serve you. It doesn't matter whether you have connections, whether you are intelligent, whether you're a smart person. It just doesn't matter. You are stopped. And I mean stopped. You know, we often talk about fresh starts as if they happen in one clear dramatic moment. You know, in some settings you hear people say the aha moment, the light bulb moment, the fresh start does not often happen like that. Of course, that has not been my experience, you know. Sometimes the decision to start again is quiet. It comes when everything is unclear. Your energy might be low. Your confidence non-existent. When the life you imagined feels far from the life you are living. And in those moments, the decision is not loud. It is small. It is like putting one foot in front of the other. It is the decision to get up again tomorrow, to try again, even if it's only a little, to believe, however faintly, that it is not where your story ends. For me, that decision did not come once. It has come many times in different seasons, in different forms. Sometimes slowly, like a gradual turning. Sometimes suddenly, like when a door is closed and there is no other choice but to find another. But each time, it required the same thing. The willingness to believe that what comes next can still be good. Even before you have any evidence that it will be. Not pretending things are fine, not faking it till you make it, but refusing to let the hardest version of your story become the only version. You know, I want to say something that is not often said. Starting again is not always graceful. And you know, that is why I said, I am not here to motivate you. I am not here to give you 10 steps of how to crawl out of the pit. Starting again is not always graceful. It comes with pain. It comes with fear. It comes with disappointments. It comes with every emotion you can think of. Sometimes it just feels like you're keeping your head above water. You don't want to drown. And there were seasons that was my reality. Managing my health, navigating uncertainty, watching things I have built struggle, trying to stay steady in the midst of it all while finding my own footing. And in those moments, I learned something. You do not need to feel strong to keep going. God bless his soul, Dr. Ron Kenoli. He sang a song, he said, if you catch hell, don't hold it. If you're going through hell, don't stop. So you just need to keep choosing not to stop. What helped me was not a formula. It was anchoring myself in something that did not move. For me, that was my faith. For you, it could be something else. But it just simply says, find something somewhere to anchor yourself so that you will keep moving. You will not stop. It was reminding myself that seasons have edges and that what feels permanent is often not. And it was discovering again and again and again that every ending introduces you to a version of yourself that you would not have ever met. This is why in this next series of Unsilenced Voices That Matter, the Fresh Start series. We are going to look at fresh starts, because starting again is not theoretical for me. It is something I have lived. Starting again when my body did not feel like it. Starting again when things I had built did not go the way I planned. Starting again when I did not feel ready. And I know I'm not alone on this. In the episodes ahead, we will sit with people who have had to begin again after loss, after disruption, after moments that could have defined them in ways that they did not choose. This series is not about perfect comebacks. It's about real beginnings. Unpleasant ones, but beginnings all the same. And if you're in a place right now where things feel uncertain, paused, or heavy, this series is for you. You do not have to have it all figured out to begin. You do not have to feel ready. You just have to make a decision that you are not finished, that this is not the end of your story, and that a fresh start is not a place, it is a decision. I want to thank you for listening to Unsilenced Voices That Matter. If this conversation or this next series that we're entering into resonates with you or with someone you know, please share it with that someone. You never can tell who might need to hear it. Follow the podcast on Spotify, on YouTube, and across our social media platforms to stay connected. Until next time, remember, your voice matters. And this is Kate Ibansi. Thank you for joining me.